welcome to the newest episode of Metahumans Mondays. Today's going to be exciting. We have some really great topics to talk about. New special guest today. Really excited to have him. To my left, to my right, there he is. Chucky Cortez. How you doing, man? Thanks for joining us today on the show.
Thanks for inviting me, man.
Yeah, good to have you, man. We also might have another guest step in. Thunderous Samurai might join us a little later in the show. So if you see a fourth person pop up, that'll be him popping in. And then, of course, we got Francisco, Boy Blunder. How you doing, brother?
What's up, everybody?
So today we got a lot. Today's a very heavy Marvel episode. Perhaps the heaviest Marvel episode we had, because this pretty much kind of takes up the majority of the topics today. A big thing that we're going to go over here, let's get cut into the first slide here. So that new SHANG CHI trailer that just dropped, holy smokes, I did not expect... Okay, I'll start to say this first. I did not expect another SHANG CHI trailer to begin with this fast. I was actually like, dude, we just got one. How are we getting another one? First off, I was surprised by that, you know? And then second to that, I was surprised that all the Easter eggs and all the characters that we got that were shown off in there. One big one comes off pretty early, I would say early on in the trailer, but it's actually both of them come at the end. But the first one that pops up was the Fang Foom, a personal favorite of mine. There's this really awesome Marvel Legends Fang Foom from back in the day. It's pretty valuable. But yeah, to see that wonderful dragon in the water, and to get a verification that we're gonna get him in this movie is pretty incredible. I'm excited for that. That's gonna be really cool. Did you guys, when you guys saw this right away, did you guys know it was Fang Foom, or are you guys new to Fang Foom, or what do you guys think?
I wasn't aware.
I wasn't aware of Fang Foom. I was thinking it's more of those aliens, dragons. The ring came from. I didn't know it was Fang Foom. I thought it'd be more dramatic appearance-wise.
Yeah.
I assume it's one of those other dragons from that type of aliens. I forgot the name of the species.
And you know what? You might not actually be wrong. Maybe this isn't Fang Foom, right? And we're just jumping on, you know what I mean? Jumping on the rocket. Yeah, but
to be honest, it looks like it. It could be.
Yeah.
And I expect it to be more of a dramatic appearance or entrance. Or just me.
Hey, it might be that. Maybe we just might. I know the second character we're gonna talk about right now a little bit is definitely him. But yeah, you might have a shot at that it might not be Fang Foom, but it looks like it, right? And we sure hope it is, because he's a badass character. But
wasn't his species made the rings though, something like that?
He goes pretty deep within that mythos. And then that's another thing too, is speaking on the rings, like you said right now, like some people who I've talked to actually literally think there's like 10 rings. And like I've had to explain, like, no, like the rings aren't necessarily like on the fingers. Like they're just rings. They could just be, you know, they're on the guy's arms. You know what I mean? So like, it's a different interpretation of it in that sense. And so you have to explain that too. But,
well, I think it's people confusing because we just literally got the gauntlet.
Yeah.
The gauntlet. I'm pretty sure people get confused.
The stones. Yeah.
Yeah, stones and the rings. Like I think making the wristband is kind of a smart decision.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, you know what else too is funny is Francisco and I think we talked about this last time, but although the movie looks great, I am a little bit like surprised from a marketing standpoint. Like I almost feel like maybe they should have just called the movie Shang Chi, because like Shang Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, like I feel like you could put like Lord of the Rings, Legend of the Ten Continents or something like the excessive usually find that extension of a title with like a sequel or something, you know what I mean? But to come right out the gate and hit you really long, like what's the name of the movie? Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Like imagine saying that 20 times fast, you know what I mean? So I'm surprised they didn't just call this, you know, Shang-Chi.
Well, maybe it's just like an Easter egg for like a other movie comes out.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we got the rings, and they'll explain it more and how that relates to another film. That's how I see it. Like how you put it out. Maybe it's related to another film. Or what do you guys think?
That makes sense.
Yeah. I actually heard something from a source on the inside that actually worked with casting. And this is not the last Shang-Chi movie. They so the market over there in Asia is so huge, and it makes such a giant sum of money in the box office that this character is here to stay. They're gonna do a lot with him. As big as you think Black Panther is, this is gonna be just as big, even bigger, because the market is huge. You know, so, and we don't really have like a if you look at like on IMDb and stuff, the people that they hired for like the stunt coordinators and the teams for Shang-Chi, dude, they're like the best of the best in the industry, and they got all working over here at Marvel or Disney, right? I keep saying it like that, but holy shit, like, dude, they're not gonna do a half-assed job on this. It's gonna be really good, and there's gonna be another movie that follows up with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's really cool for the actor, because he's an up-and-coming actor, right?
What a lucky role, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That guy looked out, bro.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I was hearing that the guy, the main guy from Mortal Kombat, also did try to get
audition.
Audition, there you go. He tried to audition this movie as well.
The main guy from Mortal Kombat, the new Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, the new Mortal Kombat, the guy with the armor chest thing. So he auditioned the same role, but the thing is, this guy got it because he's more funnier.
Yeah.
Like how he talks like that. He's more serious.
Yeah, what's funny is I ran into that guy, man, I blank on his name. He was Shatterstar in the he died really fast though in the Deadpool the Deadpool movie, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh man.
I ran into him at Comic-Con, and he wasn't doing a signing. I just ran into him. We were looking at a display at the sideshow booth, like the statues. And I was next to him, and we were both like, man, that one's badass. He's like, yeah, that one's bad. And I was like, wait. In my head, I was like, is this the guy from, you know what I mean? And then later on, I saw a video, and he was just like walking around Comic-Con. So we had like this little funny discussion where we were both looking at a statue of a sentinel. It was like a sentinel, like a you know, they have those badass statues. It was like a sentinel with a bunch of other like mutants around it and stuff. Yeah.
Those sideshows ones, right?
Yeah. Or I don't know if it's a Sideshow or Iron Studios. I'm trying to think which one it was, but yeah.
Was that the one with the little X-Men on it with him as well?
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen it. I've seen the final product.
Yeah. So this was like when they were first showing it off, I guess, because they show everything really early,
Yeah.
Yeah, and like it was kind of funny because we were both there at the same time, and then later on. So see, at that time he wasn't like big because his biggest thing was Shatterstar, and he got killed off real quick. But now look at him, Yeah. But yeah, that's crazy. I'm not surprised. He does look like he could have been Shang-Chi,
Yeah, he did audition. Just they went to this guy because he's more like funnier on his lines, or he's more comedian.
Yeah. And it's funny. This guy doesn't really have like the guy that got cast for Shang-Chi doesn't really look like very distinctive, I guess. Does that make sense? Like he almost looks very normal. Like very average, Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't look like if you see like the guy who was Black Panther, or if you see Paul Rudd who was Ant-Man, or if you see like those actors, you could tell right away who they are. I feel like this guy, there's something, he's a little more normal looking, like average looking, Like he would blend in, Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I said, since he's an up-and-coming like actor,
yeah.
I feel like he still hasn't really picked off that look of his.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is gonna define it, like just generations.
It's something I was thinking too. After this film, you would define him as, that's Shang-Chi, like how we think of what's good, Shaman Boseman as Black Panther.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be like that.
Yeah. The thing with Chadwick was he had that really cool accent,
Yeah, it was like a cool, calm accent he has.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
Yeah. It was always like, we will handle it. You know what I mean? Like he always like had this.
It was cool. It was like calm and also like a badass.
Yeah, like badass. Yeah. Like he knew it was like he's got it handled.
Yeah, exactly.
This leads me into the very obvious. We know this is for sure. So. This is definitely Abomination, and like we said, this completely surprised me. I mean, this is not a Hulk movie, man. We got Abomination and it ain't a Hulk movie. I was like, what in the world? Like, This is like putting like, man, I don't need something like left field. This is like putting like freaking Galactus in a Spider-Man movie or something. You know what I mean? Like it's like
Well,
left
it
field.
could happen.
Yeah, it could happen, but it could. That's the thing. It could happen, but you don't really expect it. You know what I mean? Like you'd much think you'd see Sandman or Scorpion inside a Spider-Man movie than Galactus, and here we are with Abomination inside the Shang Chi trailer. You know what I mean? It's really.
Well, yeah, I get it because Abomination we know him by he's a Hawk villain, not
Yeah.
a Shang-Chi villain. So that's why we were surprised.
Yeah.
But to be honest, how he looks, the scales and everything, I loved it. I can't wait to see him.
Yeah. He looks great, man. The facial structure. I mean, this just looks spot on Abomination, man. Everything.
You think maybe they're teasing some like future Hulk stuff right there?
Well, actually, they're saying that he might comes out the new She-Hulk series on Disney Plus.
Oh, what?
Yeah, because I know Hulk is the only one that's been like they've been lagging on like something new for him.
Yeah. Well, it's because Hulk is still partially owned over at the other company.
Universal.
Yes, Universal. Yes. So that's a little sticky of a situation, you know.
Oh.
It's same thing as Spider-Man and Sony, pretty much it is. But Universal's more lenient. Like, oh yeah, you can use the character as long as you get a cut, pretty much.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if because of that leak. See, on IMDb, it doesn't say Abomination at all, but we clearly see him there. I'm curious as to if he has to speak. You know what I mean?
Well, isn't it like the subtitles? I know some subtitles. It says Abomination and just roar on some of the subtitles. I think it was like the Chinese trailer, or the English word on the bottom.
Yeah,
the subtitles. So it says Abomination, then it says roar in the bottom.
I'm trying to see. I don't know. I was looking up a search right now. It said Tim Roth in Shang-Chi Abomination cameo hints at actors. Like if they're saying here I'm not sure who Tim Roth is though, but if that's who's voicing him, someone's gonna voice him, right? But I was curious who was gonna do, because if he's gonna roar and grunt and shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Is it the same actor from the first not first, it's like the second Hulk movie?
Yeah, that's what it's saying right here. That's the rumor. They just brought him back, you know?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. And you know what? That old Hulk movie, I mean, he didn't look that bad either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he didn't look that bad, but
this looks much better.
Exactly. I'd rather have this one for sure.
Yeah, even the colors look better on this one. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks more greener too.
Yeah. Oh, in the chat, there we go. Shankar Dillon, and Abomination is in it. Yep, he is. Carlos Garcia in the chat. Tim Roth was the guy who played him. Yeah, so that's correct. Yeah. So thanks everyone in the chat. Cool. Yeah, so yeah, I like when they do that, man. When they hire the old talent back, because sometimes they're just as good. There's no reason not to, like, why even try to look for someone else sometimes, you know? Yeah. If he did a good voice, then he did a good voice, you know? Yeah.
Well, I think anyone will be happy to be a part of the new Marvel Cinematic Universe again. Or be part of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw this funny interview with Owen Wilson talking about how he was cast in the Loki show, and how he was excited because he thought you know, he's going to be in a Marvel property. And so he was like, oh, so what's my power? And he's like, oh, well, your guy's going to be, you know, very witty and very, very, you know, smart. And he's like, wait, what? You know, they're like, what's my power? You know, he's like, oh, you don't have a power. You're going to be like a guy in the, you know? Yeah, so it was pretty funny.
He is the guy, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
to be honest, no one lied to him.
Yeah, I'd be stoked just to come out, period, huh? All right, so back in some more Marvel news. Now this is interesting. This is going to go into a whole tangent with all of us here. So there is a new Darkhawk book coming, for those not aware, and if you didn't know, now you know. there is a new Darkhawk coming, and this is what's interesting. Actually, this is cool. This new Darkhawk's going to be written by one of our friends who we had at Imperial Valley Comic-Con last year. Kyle Higgins is writing at Marvel. I think this is his first Marvel book.
Sure, that's pretty cool.
Isn't it, Francisco?
I'm not sure.
This is his first Marvel gig, dude. This is pretty exciting for him. So for those of you who remember, anyone who got to meet him, did you get to meet him last year, Chucky?
Nah, dude, I couldn't.
Oh man, and you being a Nightwing fan too, man. You know he wrote Nightwing. You know.
Yeah, I know. Don't bring it up.
Yeah. Yeah, we had him down here, man. And I'll be honest with you, man. I felt like Francisco could credit to this too. I felt like he was kind of underappreciated too. I don't think people realize who they had there. You know what I mean?
We had a big writer too, so
big time, man. He was writing on. He's the main writer on Power Rangers at that time too. You know, so.
Oh shit, man, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, now he's writing. He's gonna be writing. Well, he's still writing Radiant Black, right? And then he's got another new title called. What's it called? Gods or Conspiracy of Gods, or what's that book called? There's a new one that he's just coming out with. And then he's going to be doing his first book at Marvel that I know of here, Darkhawk.
Actually, it's going to be, I think, his second book. He's actually writing The Trials of Ultraman for Marvel.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Just because I don't think of Ultraman as a Marvel. I forget that they even own that, you know?
That's crazy. I didn't know they owned it.
Yeah. Wow, yeah, man, Disney has everything, right? Doesn't the Disney have the freaking Simpsons now, too?
Oh, man.
They got Aliens. They got Aliens and Predator and...
But I was checking out the Darkhawk stuff. It looks pretty cool since it's they're celebrating the 30 years of Darkhawk. And I was reading that book that's going to come out.
Yeah.
First one is going to have 3 stories.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like the first story is written by the original writer.
Okay.
And then the second story is by the like the in-betweener.
Okay.
And then the last story is going to be the introduction of Kyle Higgins and his new writing, and it's like going to continue forward. So that's a pretty nice little like anniversary transition kind of thing.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think of this new costume? I mean, it didn't change too much, but what do you think about it?
I think it looks pretty badass.
Yeah, it looks pretty sick. I'm looking at it right now. It looks really. I mean, I'm so used to like the '90s Black Hawk I used to watch all the time.
Yeah, yeah. Which is this one right here. Here's an image. I'll pull up here. There's the OG, right?
Let me see.
OG.
Yes, that's the one. Exactly.
Yeah. So that's the OG. Let me see if I could pull up a. Let me see what this is here. So, Darkhawk Marvel. So yeah, I mean we're hop skipping about there, right? But so that Darkhawk that you see there is Christopher Powell. That was his name in the comics. And then we're getting a new Darkhawk, which is the Kyle Higgins one. And the story behind the new Darkhawk, it says it introduces a new hire to the mantle of Darkhawk in Connor Young, a 17-year-old star basketball player who, like Chris Powell before him, discovers the mysterious amulet and unlocks the powers of Darkhawk. It's a new era for the classic Marvel hero, and Kyle Higgins can be more excited as told. Yeah, so he's basically just taking over and bringing in a new Darkhawk. But some people, believe it or not, are actually kind of upset. I guess I think it's just the old Darkhawk fans that are upset because that book that you just saw right now, the original Darkhawk 1, went up in value a lot. Like a lot. Before, because they heard a new Darkhawk book was going to come out. And so everyone's specking on things with Darkhawk because it has like this low-key big fan base. And then all of a sudden you get the solicitation like this, and it talks about a completely new person taking on the mantle, which means it's a whole new Darkhawk. It's not even the one that everyone was collecting, which kind of segues into what our topic is right now, because we're gonna get into this with Marvel characters and you know, what do you spec on? Like, what really changes? You know, because a non-newsstand Darkhawk 1, like a CGC 9.8 right now, they go for no less than $400. And that's not even a newsstand. I mean, there's like let's see, on eBay right now. There's a newsstand listed at $1,749.
God damn.
Yeah, the regular one's at $400. And I've been seeing the prices go down because I think it was actually higher at one point. But I've been seeing the prices go down because some people are starting to drop out and realize that that Darkhawk they were specking on is not even the Darkhawk that's going to be used. We're getting a completely different Darkhawk, you know? So, I mean, dude, it's that's kind of be our topic right now is where are we heading with some of these things? Like, where do you spec and where do we not spec? Francisco, you and I lightly said earlier, that's kind of a thing with Robins too, right? There's so many Robins.
Yeah. And then the more Robins that come out, the more that the original comic just keeps going up.
Yeah, so the original ones tend to go up, but then sometimes a lot of the in-betweener characters, they drop. Their value disappears because you know, you're like, okay, well, that's probably the worst version of Robin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, nobody wants that Robin, you know? Or like, you know, it's like so like where and a similar problem to that I see is Ghost Rider. I'm gonna pull up a slide here. I love Ghost Rider, but boy, are there a lot of Ghost Riders. You know what I mean?
What? We're like 5, right? Something like that.
Dude, you would think there's more than that. When you deep
I
dive,
should know 5.
yeah, when you deep dive, holy shit, there are a lot of Ghost Riders, and they're all very different. I'm almost the way I'm seeing Ghost Riders as I start to look at the list, they start to look like Spawn. It's like medieval Spawn, you know what I mean? Gunslinger Spawn, Ninja Spawn.
I think all the Ghost Riders I still like. My favorite one so far it has to be Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cosmic, yeah.
That he was the badass one of all of them.
Yeah, the Donny Cates creation. Yeah.
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 He was sick.
See, Cosmic's not even in this photo, is he?
Nah, I don't see him.
No, he's not.
Look at that! I'm telling you, man. Look, there's a lot of there's a lot of Ghost Riders.
Yeah, he was. I'll go for it.
Is this Darkhawk like? Is it the first appearance of this Connor Young?
Yeah. So this Darkhawk one, yes, that is the first appearance of the new Darkhawk. So, since this is the second Darkhawk, you can't deny the key value of this book. You know what I mean? Even the base cover, if he ever takes off, will have some kind of value attached to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So heads up, this is probably going to be a future book of the comic pick of the week on this show.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah, we're kind of ahead on it right now, so it didn't make this week's book of the week, but I can almost guarantee you this is going to land on the book of the week eventually on our show, so heads up.
And then with Kyle Higgins behind the reins on it,
yeah,
it'll definitely be a good book. And with that, you know, the better the book and being a Marvel, and the way Marvel, you know, bringing out Shang Chi and supposedly the rumor of like Reptile and other stuff, you know, they're starting to bring out like somewhat obscure characters or not that well known. So who knows if we're gonna get Connor Young pretty soon now.
Yeah, and here's another thing that no one's talking about, but I know from the inside of how it works. There's one main reason why they never end up using the originals sometimes, and that's because there's always something tied up with rights or personal things with the person who created it. And so what Marvel will do sometimes is like, you know what, if you're being difficult, we'll just come up with the new one. And it's kind of like a you know what I mean? So it's kind of a way to still do Darkhawk, but they just come up with a new character. And because of that, I would warn people that Darkhawk 1 might not be the book to invest in. I mean, you can get this for cheaper, and it might end up being actually the same value as the other one. You know what I mean? And you can literally buy this like cover price when it comes out, right? Or even if you get the ratio cover for like $60 or $80, that 60 or 80 is still cheaper than 400. You know what I mean? In a 9, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's still gonna be a first appearance too.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And with all these young characters, this is the young Darkhawk. You know what I mean? It is what it is. See, this is the new yeah, you know, the new person that's taking that mantle. Kind of jumping back to the Ghost Riders. You guys remember this one? The Robbie Reyes with the this stirred a lot of commotion actually. It had the he had the Camaro or the
yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
The outfit too.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was pretty sick. I already did dig it.
Yeah, that one mixed it up because he went from the motorcycle to the car. Yeah.
They went to the horse to a motorcycle, not to a car.
Yeah. Yeah, and anyway, it kind of works, man, because the charger part, the front of the car where the flames come out of, it's almost like so meant for that. You know what I mean? Like it shoots out fire and shit. That's pretty badass, dude.
Yeah, I really did dig it. I really did admire it.
Yeah. Yeah, the other reason. Yeah.
Go for it, man.
Yeah, so actually that's a good one. So you said earlier your favorite Ghost Rider Chucky is Cosmic, right?
Yeah.
What's yours, Francisco? What's your favorite Ghost Rider?
Cosmic.
Cosmic? Nice.
I'm telling you, he's a badass one.
Yeah. Nice. All right, everyone in the chat. I actually want to know everyone's favorite Ghost Rider here before we. Everyone in the chat, who is your favorite Ghost Rider? I want to know everyone's answer. I'm curious here. There's a lot here. Let's see what we get. Let's see what our we're doing like an election here.
You know what? How's this? My favorite one has always been Cosmic, but my second favorite one is the original one, like the cowboy one. I forgot his name.
Johnny Blaze?
Johnny Blaze?
Isn't it?
No,
yeah.
like.
You're taking it back. You're taking like Ghost Rider.
Yeah. What's that?
On the
Suspense.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, you're talking like, OG, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, Ride the Whip Ghost Rider, the OG, the freaking the white costume and shit.
One. It was really cool. I like it.
Yeah. So while we're waiting for everyone to tell us their favorite Ghost Rider here, did you guys know about this? There was a $264,000 sale on Heritage Auctions of Marvel Spotlight #5, which is the first appearance of Ghost Rider. The most supernatural superhero of all. Did you guys see that? Over $250,000 for a 9.8, man.
That's crazy.
Dude,
well, it is comics.
we had a second. We had the book right after this in a 9.2 or 9.4, 9.2, 9.4, and it sold in our Metahumans Sunday auction for like $220 or something. And now this book is like on fire, man. Look at this book now. It's like, dude, it's like that book's like a freaking $2,000 book now, and it only went for like 200 something then, and now it's all popping even more. Like that shit happens so fast, man, where things change in the market, you know? That's why when you see something good, you just gotta just jump on it, because if you know it's gonna blow up later, just be patient, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. Playing the time game.
Yeah, we put a lot of crazy stuff like that in our auctions where they go for a lot of money later. Shout out to all our people that join in there. Chucky, you're always in there, bro. You see a lot of cool, crazy shit we bring in sometimes.
Well, I signed. I forgot the name of who signed it, but I got a signed comic for $5. I was like,
oh yeah, you got a freaking autograph by Marv Wolfman.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude, his fucking autograph. His autograph goes for like, it's like, I don't know, $40 just to get the autograph. You know what I mean?
I went to eBay that day.
Yeah.
The same issue and same personal autograph for $75.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Hey, congrats, man. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, it gets wild, man. Oh, we got some answers here. Alexis Villalobos. Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is his favorite Ghost Rider. That's actually that's like a side answer. That's pretty good though. I didn't think about that. That's like another direction of it.
I was like expecting that, because talking about how you said earlier how the actors, they have the thing that makes them them. It's like, someone's gonna mention Nicolas Cage.
They should have just put his face on that image that we showed, huh? Yeah.
Well, he is the Ghost Rider.
Yeah, Pete. Shout out to Pete Robles in the chat. He's laughing at that comment too. Nick Cage, Michael Badalino and Johnny. Ah, cool. Carlos Garcia. So he's going for Michael and Johnny. Johnny Blaze, of course.
Johnny Blaze, yeah.
Yeah, there's been a lot of cool. I'm surprised nobody said what's the other one? Danny. What's the other one's name? The other Kitch. Danny Kitch, I think. The other.
Yeah. Kitch.
Ghost Rider. Yeah. Yeah, this book is crazy on fire right now, man. It's pretty insane. The Ghost Rider I dig is this one. A lot of people don't talk about her, but she's She's a Mexican American, one of the only Mexican American Marvel characters. Robbie Reyes too, though. But this is Alejandra Jones, and she's like the main female that actually takes the Ghost Rider mantle. But I think she looks cool, man. She's got a badass costume too, you know.
Yeah.
It's cool though. She has a cool storyline. Actually, she has the books with her first appearance in it. Those ones are sleepers because when they pop up, they go for a lot actually, and it's a good investment key in my opinion because, with the way everything's kind of going, where you know, Captain Marvel, you know, from because we've had male Ghost Riders enough times, they're gonna when they finally get around to doing the female Ghost Rider, I feel like this is the first one they're gonna do, you know, because they don't have many options. So, and also too, like there's not many Mexican American characters like in Marvel period really. So this is a
I see that too.
Yeah.
They go with the whole diversity thing, how they're going.
Oh yeah, diversity. So she's Mexican American and she's female. This is like them using Jessica Cruz. You know what I mean, in DC for something. You know they're gonna do it. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think this is a good spec. Alejandra Jones, and Robbie Reyes is good too, because the whole thing with the Camaro and the car, it looks really cool, man. It really does.
I dig it.
Yeah. Yeah, pop back to that image. Yeah, that just looks freaking cool, huh? And it just kind of works. Even the leather jacket with it kind of goes with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, so I mean, kind of leads back to our our topic. We kind of went on a string of a tangent there, but I don't know. I mean, I see that record sale on that book on the Marvel Spotlight 5 at over $250,000, and I think to myself like, is this? I know this is the, you know what? Because here's the tricky part. You just said it right now, Chucky. There actually is another Ghost Rider before this.
Yeah,
you know?
it was the original Ghost Rider, but it changed his name.
Yeah.
I forgot his name to like something Phantom, something for a Phantom.
Yeah, no, you're on it right there because I watch if I put an original Ghost Rider.
Yeah, it was like a white horse and everything white. The outfit was. Tales from Suspense, I think was the series.
Yeah, well, there's also like do you remember like the Ghost Rider? Literally, it's called the Ghost Rider, and it's like a white costume guy on a white horse.
Yeah.
That predates it. I mean, I think they even started calling him. They tried to switch him to Knight Rider, but literally, he was going by Ghost Rider, Phantom Rider, right?
Yeah, Phantom Rider.
Yeah,
something like that.
Phantom Rider, and yeah, first appearance, Ghost Rider 1, February 1967, created by Gary Friedrich, Roy Thomas, Dick Ayers. Carter Slade, his alter ego. Notable aliases: Galloping Ghost, Ghost Rider, Haunted Horseman, He Who Rides the Night Winds. That's cool. Knight Rider. But I don't know. Like if that was the Ghost Rider before this Ghost Rider, it's like, oh well, it's different because he went from riding a horse and now he's on the motorcycle, right? Well, then how does that make it any different than like, you know, Robbie Reyes, who's now in a Camaro? You know what I mean?
I will say more horsepower.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
that was a good one, bro.
That's how I see it. More horsepower, man.
That might win punchline joke of the year for the Metahumans show right there, contender. yeah. That you should do stand up, bro. That was a freaking quick feat right there.
Oh man.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely makes them unique in that sense that like I mean, what makes it any different? This is an even bigger first appearance. Why wouldn't this be a big first appearance, right? If Johnny Blaze first time on a motorcycle and now he's a different version of Ghost Rider, when you get Robbie Reyes on a Camaro, right? Or you get Cosmic Ghost Rider on a freaking, I don't even know what to call that. That's not a motorcycle to me because he's flying in space. Yeah. You know what I mean?
A speeder, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, he's on a he's on like,
you can use that term.
He jacked the speeder from a freaking stormtrooper and shit.
Nice. That's how I see it.
Yeah. Yeah, so what makes any of those any like less you know what I mean? So that's true. I mean, what would make is it worth? Is it really worth $250,000? You know what I mean? Because I could think of a lot more books, because I think Ghost Rider's badass, but I could think of a lot more books that should probably be this valuable that aren't. You know what I mean?
Well, first of all, the name is pretty popular, and the art style itself looks pretty sick.
Yeah, yeah.
So, considering those two, considering that's like, what year came out this book?
This one was, it actually says on the end, I think it's 72.
72, but yeah, think about it, 72, first appearance of a Ghost Rider that's very popular to people and well known. I'd say we'll go for that. Graded with that high grade. Of course.
Yeah, 1972. Yeah, Johnny Blaze, first appearance. Yeah, I do think it's highly overvalued though. That book at least, because there's other things that should be, you know, I mean, for this much money, I'd rather invest or buy a like a Detective Comics 27, like first Batman, like a lower grade copy. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather do that just because I know the or even a Batman 1 for that matter, right? But
yeah, that's good, yeah. But like I said, like people will buy if they have it or if it's worth like that. If people believe it's worth that much, people will buy it.
Yeah. What we got here in the do we get everyone's opinions here in the chat and their favorite Ghost Riders? Pete, if you're there, man, I'm actually curious what your favorite Ghost Rider is, Pete. Let me know, dude. I actually want to know who your favorite Ghost Rider is. Get an answer from you. But yeah, lots of Ghost Riders. But yeah, I just tripped out on that sale because it was really high to me, in my opinion. You know? Yeah, that might be an outlier. I don't know if we'll see another 9.8 to even do that comparison. Because 9.8s in white pages are rough to come by. But from 1972, you're in that era where you got like giant size X-Men coming out in 1975. So like you're kind of in that sweet spot of like a lot of big keys. You know what I mean? I think you also had like, what else did you have in this era? Like first appearance of Luke Cage and first appearance of I know Swamp Thing was close to here. You had a lot of big characters kind of popping up in this time frame. So. Moon Knight, right? Which is a freaking huge one. Moon Knight's first appearance was in a similar this era. Tomb of Dracula, Werewolf by Night, all those horror books, you know, which kind of, you know, leads them into that. Because I mean, when are we gonna see Johnny Blaze again? That's the real thing. I mean, is that who that's who Nick Cage was playing technically, right? Johnny Blaze, or no?
Yeah,
he was.
Johnny Blaze.
Yeah, so I don't know if we'll see that.
Well, it could happen.
Yeah.
They have the properties.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not Johnny Cage, maybe a different character.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. There's so many Ghost Riders, I find it hard to believe they'll just go right back to the same one they already did, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just find that tough to find, yeah.
Dude, they can make like a TV series of all the Ghost Riders, pretty much, you know, combine them.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Just everyone on fire. You're on fire. I'm on fire. Hey, you're on fire.
Yeah. No, it's raining. What are we gonna do?
Oh shit! The death of Ghost Rider. It's like they just battle like they battle like one villain who like controls water and shit, and like they're all dead and shit. He puts them all out.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's how it ends the series.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna tail into the this final little segment of our show where we show off the comic book pick of the week. Cause holy smokes, believe it or not, we're already at 40 minutes live here. Wow, time went fast. Comic book pick of the week is gonna be Masters of the Universe Revelation #1. And if you haven't seen it, here's your first time seeing it. If you follow us on Instagram, you know. But this is the Metahumans Comics exclusive, the David Nakayama cover. So David did a Spider-Man cover for us exclusively a while back, and around like February actually. And here we are back with David again. And this has been in the works for a while now. I'm really stoked that this is finally going to come out.
Great.
So this is going to be the comic book pick of the week for numerous reasons. For the obvious one, it's our exclusive, so we're really, really proud of it. But even if it wasn't our exclusive, you're not gonna wanna miss this because this book is actually the prequel to the show on Netflix. So you like literally have to read this. This is like not even like a choice. Man. Yeah. Like
2 reasons that are too good already.
Yeah, I'm hooked already.
Yeah, even if this wasn't our exclusive, like we would still be recommending it because it's literally the prequel to the show. And the show on Netflix looks amazing. Super awesome trailer. If you've got a chance to see, if you haven't, check it out. It's worth it.
Dude, I love He-Man. I watched the original cartoon of He-Man.
Yeah.
That's how far back I go back.
Oh, gee, man. Did you save any of the toys?
What's up?
Did you have any of the toys growing up?
No, I didn't. My dad did though.
They're worth a lot. That's why they've gone up in price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad was a huge He-Man and Thundercats fan.
Nice.
I used to watch it with him. Yeah, I used to watch it with him on Saturday mornings I think Saturday mornings.
Thundercats is blowing up in price too right now, man. That shit's popping off.
Ever since the announcement.
Yeah, Super 7 just showed off some Silverhawks toys.
Yeah. You know what? I remember. I forgot what show was it, but there was it's called like the big debate, and they're comparing who will win, He-Man or Thundercats.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was like.
And who won?
He-Man.
Oh, there you go.
The thing was like he rides a cat.
Yeah, Battle Cat. Yeah. Yeah, so he's riding it. Yeah, so like Lionos probably finds it offensive or something, you know?
Yeah.
Oh no, gotta cancel He-Man now.
Yeah. Pete in the chat says Flaming Skullheads look sick. He says any. He's just down with all Ghost Riders. Cool, man. Cool shit, man. So yeah, I mean this book is the prequel to the show. The show looks amazing. You're not gonna want to miss it, and you're not gonna want to miss this book. And if you want a really cool limited variant, obviously the regular cover A and cover B of this book, there's probably gonna be like over 500,000 printed of those, a lot of them. More than that, I'm probably underestimating the amount, right? This is gonna be like the biggest book that Dark Horse has ever printed for the year. That's for sure. This is gonna be their biggest sale number. But our exclusive is only limited to 1,500 in between 3 shops. So this is our first shared exclusive too. So shout out to Bird City Comics in Arizona and to Nowhere Comics and Games in Vista, California. 2 of our favorite partner shops, 2 awesome owners too. And so we only have 500 copies limited to Metahumans. So it just shows you the rarity of this book compared to like the over 500,000 or 600K that are the regular covers. And I mean, not being biased, I'm being dead serious. Even if this wasn't our exclusive, I think our cover is the coolest one, man. I love it the most. I don't know if it's just because I like David Nakayama's art so much, but I think this is the coolest cover, man. I love this. I love Sorceress and Tila on it. Castle Grayskull in the background. He-Man looks awesome with the sword, actually powered up like that, you know?
Yeah, David always just pulls it off, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, do you remember seeing the rough sketches of this, Francisco?
Yeah.
Who would have thought that this, like, I mean, we knew it was going to come out cool, but, I mean, look at this.
Oh, yeah.
He killed it, man.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And then Kevin Smith also helped with the writing, right?
Yes, so that's the other thing I was going to say. Kevin Smith is the writer on this. I don't know if you knew that, Chucky. Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, so Kevin Smith is the writer on this book, so you know it's going to get a lot of press.
4 reasons to get it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I remember you sold already, man.
Yeah.
So give me a reason.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's also going to be really easy to collect because I don't want to get this wrong, but I think there's only 4 issues. So it's a mini-series. So it's a mini-series prequel. So it's going to be really easy to collect this. And then you get to watch the show after. So the show follows and you just get to enjoy the show. And everyone who watches the show, who likes the show, I'll tell you this, they're going to find out there's a prequel comic, and then they're going to have to go and buy the prequel comic. And if by then the prequel comic is sold out, then the comic that you got jumps up in value, and I think you get the pattern. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's one of those cool crossover things that'll work. Yeah, so this is definitely, without question, comic book pick of the week, for sure. Masters of the Universe Revelation from Dark Horse. I will also note this is the first time that Dark Horse Comics has ever done exclusives with stores. So this is a new thing for them, and there's not that many store exclusives. It's like, I don't know, it's like only 6 stores in the world that got one or something, very small number like that. And so we're very fortunate that we got this one, and it's my favorite cover of the lot. And yeah, so if you're interested in this book, you can go to if you're anywhere around the world, metahumanscomics.com. You can find it there. If you're local in our area, just come by the store, and you can pick up a copy there, or just send us a message on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of the above. Any of those would be great. But yeah, without further ado, that's gonna be the comic book pick of the week. We'll see if we can get David on here on a future episode, when maybe a little after the book drops. It comes out July 7th, heads up. So we might see it in store. I don't know if they'll be right on point with sending it to us, or if we're gonna get it like, somewhere between July 9th and the 12th, something like that. But either way, it's coming. In fact, now that I said that, July 9th and 12th, I can't believe that 4th of July is like in freaking 4 days or something, right?
This weekend.
Yeah, I was actually blown away because I didn't see any like fireworks stands really. Did you guys see? There really seems to be a shortage, right? Or no?
No, they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. Okay, all right.
I've been going like with the AC stuff, all that. I've been driving up to Brawley and Calexico. They've already been setting them up. I think today actually I saw them open finally.
Okay. Wow, that was fast, man. I remember last 4th of July, I was in my backyard bagging and boarding comics, looking through a collection that I picked up, big old collection I picked up in LA. And man, how time flies. That the Adam West Batman show was on, and then fireworks were flying on the air, and I was just in the backyard, and you know what I mean? Like,
that sounds like a nice night.
Yeah, I was just chilling.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Just chilling, and it was like pandemic, so I couldn't go nowhere, but it was all good because I was me and my comics, and with fireworks in the air, everyone else providing the show, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's a trip to think that a year's already passed, man. Yeah. But here's to a better year, right? And that things improve, and everyone stays healthy and safe. And without further ado, I just want to thank our special guest today, Chucky. Thanks for joining us, dude. Appreciate you having me here, man. Yeah, man. Good to have you here, bro. Where can we find you, Chucky, on the social media? You want to plug anything?
Yeah, it's Chucky Cortez. Pretty much it is.
Awesome, man.
Then I'll be in every Saturday, every Sunday, my bad, in your auction.
Awesome, dude. Awesome, man. Great to have you, man, and appreciate you, man. You've come to our shop, man.
Yeah, we just talk about this like one of the originals, right?
Yeah, you came in right in the beginning, like this, like 5 years ago, bro. You know? Yeah.
Well, like I told you about, you're like one of the first comic book stores in the valley, so I had to like go and see what you got. And,
yeah.
like, get something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool because your store was like had some new and some like the classics, which I really admired.
Yes. Yeah. And you know what's funny about that? You saying that is it's true, because before we had showed up, there hadn't been a store for I think 10 years or something, 11 years before that, you know?
Yeah. I think the last one I remember was it Dark Knights?
Nightly Games in the corner.
Yeah.
Which is funny because we'd end up moving down a few from that building for a while.
I found that kind of ironic.
Yeah, I know, dude. It was kind of weird, and what's trippy about that is when we first opened up, there was a whole decade of people who had never even touched a comic in the Valley or read one because they just missed out on it in their life. So we had this combination of people who are buying a comic book for their first time in their life. I know some people in the world, that might sound weird, but it was a real thing down here in the Valley till we came up. And then we had the people who did have a comic in their life, but it had been over a decade. So they were kind of like you said, it was cool to see back issues because some people were like, oh, I haven't seen this in forever. Whereas some people were like, I haven't seen this at all. You know what I mean? So it was a cool market when we first started. And that was really my favorite thing about the store. It was just about, getting someone a comic for the first time, or seeing them, get stoked.
Get a comic in the Valley. That's how it was. Like, first comic in the Valley. I don't have to go to San Diego or LA to get like, this deck of comics.
Yeah.
Or online.
Yeah. So it was, that's probably the coolest part, man. But yeah, man, thank you for the years. of support, bro, and everyone else that's out there in the chat too. Anyone who supported us, appreciate you all. Francisco, always great having you, dude. Want to shout out where we can find you, brother?
You can find me on Instagram at the.boyblunder, or you can find me at the store on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
There we go, man. Very cool. And right now, what did we just get in, Francisco? A bunch of what, Spawn Universe variants, right?
Oh yes, Spawn Universe, and they're looking too good, dude.
They look nice.
You can't miss out. It's like Todd, how he was like super excited for the book. It's a big book, 64 pages, I think.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Are we? Do we still got the Gunslinger variant, or is that one sold out already?
I think we still got 2 left.
2 left. Okay, I had some people ask. That's why. I know the ones in the auctions they sold out, but I wasn't sure how many were at the actual store that you had a note on. But yeah, that variant was a lot hotter than I had. We might have ordered a lot more of the other ones, if the Gunslinger one went quick, you know.
No, yeah, that one's pretty cool. My personal favorite is the straight Todd McFarlane one.
Oh yeah,
that one's super nice. That's my personal favorite.
Yeah, because that has all the Spawn characters on it.
Yeah. But it was a really difficult choice too, since the rest of the art is J. Scott Campbell, so you can't say no to that too.
Yeah, I like that Campbell Redeemer variant. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That one's cool. Yeah, and that's it. You can find me at Ruben Aheda, or most importantly at Metahumans Comics. You can find us there. Or on Twitter, Facebook, everything, all the above. You can find us there, or www.metahumanscomics.com. And until next week, appreciate you all joining us. Next Monday, we'll be back with a new show. And that's going to be it for tonight's show. Thank you, everyone, for joining on in. Thank you, our special guest, Chucky. And without further ado, everyone, have a good night, stay safe, and read some comics.
All right, guys.